You asked for it. Here it is. It's a podcast from Apathetic Enthusiasm.
Stay inside, everybody. Stay inside. It's Apathetic Enthusiasm.
Easy, straight to the point. That's what I love about you, Travis. You know, you're a no nonsense kind of man.
I'm straight to the point. Darn it, stay at home. Hi, everybody. I'm Travis.
I'm Brandon, and I was here just to explain why you have 3 kids and I only have 1.
Because I'm no nonsense and straight to the point.
Right. That's right.
It's like, we're doing this. We're getting it done. We got to get those numbers up. 1 kid, those are rookie numbers. You know, someday, a decade from now, we're going to be stuck at home. And do you want to be stuck at home with just 1 extra person, or do you want to be stuck at home with 3 people that you have to homeschool? That's exactly the things that we talked about a decade ago in the bedroom. Anyway, welcome to Apathetic Enthusiasm, everybody. I think I already said my name is Travis. He already said he's Brandon, I think. Did you say? Did you say?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm Brandon. Stay at home.
Stay at home. Stay at home. This is our
Stay at
stay-at-home
home
live
lives.
stream. Some people already filling up in the live chat. We are, of course, streaming this live on Twitch at twitch.tv/apatheticenthusiasm and over at youtube.com/apatheticenthusiasm. You can follow us on all of the social media platforms, over on Twitter at apathusiast, on Facebook at facebook.com/apatheticenthusiasm show, or send us an email, apatheticenthusiasmshow@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram, apathetic_enthusiasm.
Yes.
And yes. And then, and then finally, our website, apatheticenthusiasm.com, where you can find podcasts, really old videos, maybe a blog. I don't know. We should really spend more time on our website, considering how much we pay for it. Anyway, yeah, guys, it's that time of the it's that biannual requirement of us paying our hosting fees for the website. So we did it for you. We did it for you. And we're so glad that you're here, that you're listening. Hopefully you are listening to, get a little bit of a break, enjoy a little levity. What's that?
A breather, if you will.
Yeah.
Like a break from the nonsense that is affecting our world and our communities. And that's right. I'm talking about Disney Plus.
Oh, sick burn. A
Ooh.
plague upon our nation. Which is weird because there's like an actual plague upon our nation. And yeah, while we want to be a show that has some fun and hopefully provide some entertainment, we're definitely going to talk about the virus and the things that are happening as well. So if you want to completely escape all of that, yeah, maybe come back in a few months. But yeah, we do have some topics to talk about, and Brandon, like,
we do.
We have things going on. There's time now. There's time now.
And if you want to know more about that episode of The Twilight Zone, which is as we all know, I forget what the name of that episode is. Wow, look at me.
Is it time enough at last?
Oh, hey, how'd you know that?
I don't know much about Twilight Zone, but I definitely have listened to Submitted for Your Approval at least through half of the first season.
Anyways, if you want to catch the first 2.5 seasons of the Twilight Zone, make sure you check out Submitted for Approval. What do we want to talk about first, Travis?
Well, I mean, some folks are starting to come in and are starting to chat on the live stream. One of the things I want you guys, and this is something we could talk about towards the end of the show, but like, how are you guys doing? I know we have some viewers that are in different parts of the world. I know that we have some viewers that are in New York, which is going through a serious time right now. So I just kind of want to know from you guys, like, how are you doing? How have you been holding up? What are you doing? Are you still working? Are you essential personnel? Are you stuck at home? Are you quarantined?
Are you mowing your lawn? Are you weeding your grass?
Are you completely ignoring all medical professionals and scientific community and just like hitting up spring break in Florida, you know.
Are you putting up a fence? Like what are you
What
doing?
are you doing?
Do you have any DIY projects that you're really getting after lately?
No
Like,
joke. Like that is something I was going to talk about in our stuff. How we are staying busy
let's
during this time. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
yeah, let's front load. Let's front load this episode. We'll switch around the show notes since we already kind of got into that.
Yeah.
How are you staying busy, Travis?
I
I
am.
know you don't have much going on, but
I'm just wandering around, and looking out the window. No, that's not true at all. I've remodeled. Not I. Okay. Time out. I have not remodeled. I have like
you remodeled your entire house.
I have reorganized. I built two pieces of furniture. I built two pieces of furniture in the last week, but I have like reorganized parts of my house, and we turned what was a playroom that my kids never used into a semi-functional classroom. Seeing as we will now be doing homeschooling for probably at least a month.
Oh yeah, not less.
The school has already said they're going to be out for like a month.
Well, we can prove them wrong. Here's the thing. You know, we can overrun them. You know, like the apocalypse movies, like Road Warrior and all that type of stuff. They're always like on these grand scales. But like, what if kind of like the Simpsons episode where they take over Camp Krusty? What if we take over the school and we're like, no, we're gonna get education now, and then like we just like, yeah, and it's like school's in for summer instead of school's out, right?
Yeah. That's an idea, right? Just send kids to school for the summer to make up the time.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying?
So I have reorganized, I guess is more of the right word. We turned that one room into a classroom. I built like a desk. We had pictures that we've like had for 4 years that we just never put up. That I was like, I'll put these up on the wall. That's fine. Look how nice this wall looks now that has pictures up on it. Yeah, and people that watch the live stream, like I've got pictures up in my office, and I've like meticulously decorated all these toys on the shelf behind me. But there are other parts of my house that are just like, nah, stuff's not done. You have done a significant upgrade to your backdrop for the podcast in this last week. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, we talk about here's the thing. We talk about productivity and we talk about like doing things around the house. I started cleaning up my garage again, and there's only so much cardboard I can shove into the waste bin at one point in time. So I'm like, well, I can't make any more progress here. Well, I guess I'll rearrange my room, because before I had my drum set in the back here.
Yeah.
And like there wasn't really anything too interesting there. Now I'm like, oh, I'll move my cabinets with my Funkos and my Morty plushies and my records and a bunch of stuff, right? And I made the backdrop look better, and instead I made this part of my room messy.
You just shifted the mess from the visible side to the not visible side, which is exactly what that part of my office looks like. That's where I'm like, I'll deal with that tub of stuff later.
Right.
But yeah, no, I have a pretty cleared out area. One, because this is where we do VR.
Sure.
And I gotta say, if you're trying to escape the realities of life and the world around you, why not try virtual reality? That's one way to get away from it for a little while. But yeah, this has now become my like work office.
Yeah.
It has also become my workout space, along with also being my gaming space and podcasting space. So I have to force myself to leave this area on a regular basis to be around my family and not drive myself crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's talk about that. We talk about the keeping busy. My MacBook, which my old laptop, my gaming laptop, it's one of those things where I didn't take it anywhere because it was so heavy. It was clunky. Didn't really want to take it anywhere with me outside of this room anyway. Well, when I got the MacBook, I realized, oh, this is actually what portability feels like with the laptop. And so I take it outside in the morning, from like 7 in the morning to around 11. I'm in the back patio, screened-in patio, just drinking coffee and just hanging out and doing whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
drinking coffee.
uh, yeah, ooh. Or having the laptop in like the kitchen kind of dining room area. But what I found is that doing work kind of there, and like I have my work phone. I have two different work phones. I have my laptop that I'm connecting to the webmail, and uh, there's because it's such a centrally located place. I get my son asking me questions, and Chelsea wants to talk to me, and I want to talk to her too. But I always feel bad because I'm always like, sorry, one sec, I'm texting work, or I have to write this email, or whatever, and I want to be close to them, but also I'm like, I'm not doing any of us a good service by ignoring you constantly and telling you don't talk to me. I have to respond to Corona 2.6, whatever. So it's kind of that balancing act, and I think you moving your stuff down to the office is similar to that.
Yeah, it's been nice in that I am sort of isolated down here. Like where my office is in the house is like on the far end of the basement, so you don't accidentally breeze by my office, right? Like you
Yeah,
come here with a purpose, and so it's been thankfully every time like a family member has come down and they're like, "Oh, dad's working down in his office." Like I've actually been working on something and not like kicked back playing the unnamed goose game or whatever. Like,
yeah.
like just like, oh yeah, yeah, I moved the Xbox in here, for Hulu so I could watch CNN. Um, which I did move the Xbox into my office, and we could talk about
How about that?
that in a minute. But yeah, it's been kind of nice because I can focus on work down here, and I do. I've gotten some stuff done, and we've taken care of some business. But then I can like at a certain time be like, all right, I'm done working. Chip chop chip. And then like go back upstairs and rejoin the family unit, and feel like, oh yeah, just dad's coming home from the office with a different pair of PJ pants on. Hey, because I don't wear real pants anymore, you guys. I don't need to.
You don't need to wear pants. But oh man, don't like, wait, oh, we're comparing pants.
I should have worn like a suit, like a sport coat with just PJ pants. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's basically what we've been up to. Over there on Twitch/YouTube, a few things. Rachel saying things aren't great. Small business and pandemics don't mix well. And,
Yeah.
and she's a
No.
baker. She knows about mixing things. Let me tell you, baking is a science. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. I've always
I
said that. I've always said cooking, art, baking, science.
that's right. That's right. That's why I'm far better at cooking. A
Sometimes science is more art than science, Morty. All right? You got to remember that.
lot of people don't get that.
Yeah.
It's Sire Dark. IT is still essential. New York City and New Jersey is locked down. You can still walk places to pick up food and groceries. 9 to 6 is working remotely from the couch. Uh, my governor out here in Florida. I don't know if you saw this, Travis. Governor DeSantis, who we all know and love for closing down the beaches early enough to stop the spread. He, in the press conference today, he said that anybody flying from New York or New Jersey, since they're hot spots, into Florida have an automatic 14-day quarantine. That's something new. Now we're quarantining.
Automatic.
Yeah, we're quarantining folks from other states now. So it begins.
So
That's
so it begins. Uh, yeah. I wonder.
Wait, Rachel has a science degree. A science degree. Well, I guess
That makes sense. It makes
it's
sense. It all
cool.
tracks.
It's cool, but like, what is like a science degree? Technically, I have a science degree, which is sociology. It's what like that doesn't give me the right to tell you to put time in your brownies.
Your degree is more about like how the brownies would affect the general population over a given amount of time.
Let me impartial observe. Time brownies.
Here's what we did: is we put the brownies out across 4 different demographics, and then well, hopefully, yes. Sire Dark, being in New York City, I've actually been thinking about you this week, watching the news, because you're one of the few people I know in New York City. So yeah, hopefully everything's going all right for you out there. Rachel, hopefully people can still help out your business, or I don't know if you're open, maybe you're not, but yeah, small businesses are really having a hard time right now. I will applaud so many of the small businesses in my area that are really putting out the effort to stay open when in like whatever ways they can. Some restaurants have like converted to straight like curbside pickup and stuff like that, and like even the board game store that I frequent, they've closed down their in-store like gaming, like they're not doing any D&D or stuff in the store, but you can like call ahead, be like, hey, do you have this game or that game? They will like drop it off like out on the, so you don't have to like get out of your car, which, you know, silver lining, maybe that could be like a normal thing and I could just never have to go to stores anymore, but I could still support small businesses. That'd be terrific.
Hell yeah.
I actually, we've been playing a lot of like physical games, like not exactly board games, but like around the house to kind of stay entertained and have some fun. I actually brought some down here with me to as recommendations. The first one, none of these are sponsored. This is not advertising. These are just games that we've been playing. The first one is Quicks. This is a dice game, and it 2 to 5 players. You have a little chart, if you can see that.
I see it.
You get a chart, and then you roll the dice. There are 2 just standard black and white dice, and then 1 other dice of each of the 4 different colors: blue, green, yellow, and red. And so basically you work from left to right on that chart, blocking off totals on the dice, and it's a little bit of thinking, a little bit of strategy, but the more you like think about the game and you play it a few times, you can really like increase your score quite a bit. And it's my 7-year-old like loves it. I guess she's 8 now. I should remember her actual age. She loves it, and then my wife and I play when the kids go to bed, when we want to really go for those big scores.
For the Rick and Morty crossover fans out there, if you're wondering, Quicks, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know anything about that game. Cryptozoic came out with a game that we talked about with the premiere of season 4. It's the Rick and Morty, the Morty Zone dice game, and if you have that, if you know what that is, then that's exactly what Quicks is, just a Rick and Morty themed version of it. So I just wanted to throw that out.
I want to play that version of it.
Oh yeah, well, they sent the game to me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
They didn't send 2 games out.
They didn't send 2 games. Next up, we actually just got this game today, but we've been playing it all day. This is a card game called Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Are you familiar with this game, Brandon?
No. I had some Domino's, a thin crust, extra pepperoni yesterday.
Goat cheese pizza. It is a game where you split up the deck amongst a number of players, and then you go around, everybody playing a card. Like you keep your cards face down, and you're just playing the top card off of your hand. And each time someone plays, you have to repeat those phrases: taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza, going around. And anytime the card matches the word that you're saying, You have to put your hand down on the cards, and the last person to put their hand down picks up the cards, and then play continues until somebody gets rid of all the cards in your hand. But mixing up the words taco, cat, goat, cheese, and pizza when like cheese and pizza look like are drawn very similarly. Like there's pizza
Yeah.
and cheese.
Oh yeah, they look the same. They're both wedges.
They're so wedgy. But it's a lot of fun, and then there's like some ridiculous other things. Like there's a gorilla card where you have to beat on your chest before you put your hand down and stuff. And it's one of those things where like your brain is thinking about one word, but then you're looking at something else, and you have to sort of, I don't know. It's weird. It's a lot of fun. Maybe a better game if you don't have a lot of built-in friends at your house and you're quarantining. Maybe wait until it's safe to congregate in groups of more than 2 or 3. But we're all in this together. They're locked in here with me, so that's a fun one too. And then Bananagrams. It's like Scrabble kind of, but you build your own. Bananagrams has been around forever, so but that's one if you're like into word games. So that's Travis's report on the games we've been playing this week in isolation.
That's wonderful. I have not been playing any board games, but I can always recommend King of Tokyo. That's always a solid game.
We played that like 2 weeks ago.
Well, oh, you should pull it back up because King of Tokyo is just a solid.
I'll go get it.
Game. He's gonna get it. That means I'm alone to talk about King of Tokyo all by myself. I have not been playing.
It wasn't that far away, guys. It was just right here.
Okay.
King of Tokyo.
Yeah, I love that game for reasons. So
yeah, it's some dice rolling, some card mechanics in it too, a little bit, kind of. I don't know. It's fun. We don't know what games you guys are playing though. So shoot us an email, shoot us a tweet over on all those social platforms, or drop it in chat if you're watching live. What games would you guys recommend to fill the time? Because there's time now.
Fill it. One of the things we've done to fill the time, and I mentioned this because old J1 Justin Mendoza, he says still playing D&D on Discord over here. Seems that our campaign is coming to an end soon.
No,
that's good or too bad depending on the circumstances. From an ending,
depending on the ending, right?
Yeah,
every good story should have a good ending at some point.
Right. The famous line from Jurassic Park. We we have gone into we paused my campaign for a little bit, and now we're moving on to doing one shots, maybe like every Friday or every other Friday, depending on how well we can get them prepared.
Yeah.
It's not we have time during the week or at all.
I am doing some work.
To be fair,
yeah.
I told my boss, like, nobody's naive. We're going to be doing work, but we're at home, so I'm also going to be playing video games.
Yeah. I think I sent you a statistic at some point last week where I was watching the news and like an internet guy, some IT specialist was on the news talking about the increase in web traffic as people have started isolating at home, and that video game traffic had increased like 70%.
Yeah.
But like VPN use or like work from home stuff was only like up 20%. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Look at all these guys teleworking, finally getting time to beat those video games.
That's right. Yeah. J1 mentions Discord. We use Roll20. When we just did another one shot this last weekend with our longtime friend / collaborator / a pug lover and
the champ champ himself.
champ. He's not even here to talk about it. John Caulfield, he ran a one shot just with just me and Travis, just the two characters. My guy was Throng Bloodsmacker, a Goliath Ranger, and Travis, your character,
And I was Hagamar, the gnome warlock.
uh, and the one shot was very straightforward. We got pulled into some kind of pocket dimension where this dude was being punished for trying to save his wife, but inevitably.
Spoilers, Brandon.
Oh, sorry. But you know, oh, crap, I spoiled everything. But anyways,
it's fine.
It's fun. John put it together in just under a week. His own idea, using for the maps a program called Dungeon Draft that came out. It's only on Windows for now.
Yeah, I think it's still like in beta, but that Dungeon Draft looks like an incredibly powerful program. If there's any D&D folks or DMs that are looking for a way to build maps, especially for like online play, that software looks incredible because they look like hand-drawn maps, and but like you could build them very quickly. And I'm sure John could speak more to that, in chat or whatever. But
yeah, and I bought the program because the key will work on Mac when it is released on Mac in like a month or so. But I spent, this is a side story. I spent about 2 hours trying to get just because Catalina, the new Mac OS, doesn't work with any 32-bit applications, and it's fucking Catalina. I hate it. It annoys the shit out of me. Anyways, I tried to get Dungeon Draft to work just natively on the Mac OS, and eventually I said, screw it, I'll just boot up in Windows since I have that installed.
no, you dual booting that puppy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I loaded up the software. I spent 5 minutes on it, and I created a map that sucked, but still looked really good for putting so little effort into it. I'm really excited to use Dungeon Draft when it is Mac released. But,
and so the reason I cut you off with spoilers is because while we did not stream this one shot, I did record the whole thing. So I plan on releasing that over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/apatheticenthusiasm, this week. So if you are interested in the one shot, I gotta say, props to John. He runs a terrific game. He some of the characters he came up with, some of the concepts were just really. I'm Howard. That. I mean, it's just great. I highly recommend checking it out, and it's only a few hours. So it's an easily digestible story. If you guys want to check out some D&D content, look for that this week, probably the next day or so, over on apatheticenthusiasm.com or on our YouTube page. So
that's right. One of the things we talked about last week, Travis, was the big movie studios releasing their content on demand on streaming services, right?
Right.
And one of those movies that we talked about was Trolls World Tour. I'm just talking around the subject.
Did you watch it?
The Hunt? No, I didn't watch.
Neither did I. I didn't end up watching it. The kids were like, nah, and so I was like, cool. I'm not spending $20 if you guys are like, meh.
Uninterested. But what I was interested in, and I was gonna go to the theaters actually the week before this, well, a couple weeks ago, before everything started really getting out of hand, was The Invisible Man, right? The Invisible Man, directed by Lee Wannell, starring Elizabeth Moss, and it's obviously a remake of The Invisible Man, which is based off of that famous old author's name. I'm mad that I don't remember that offhand. Around the World in 80 Days. Okay, anyway, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I totally know who you're talking about?
So we rented it. It's $20 on Fandango.com, streaming to the Roku TV. I watched it with Chelsea, and my son watched it too, which was a little bit surprising because he doesn't he's gotten out of the horror movie kind of. He's in that gray area where he's like he was before he was too young to really understand horror. Now he's and then there's a phase where he was like, I don't like this at all, and now he's like, I don't like this, but I will watch it more. So he's kind of on that.
He's on the fence. He's
Yeah.
on the fence about the H.G. Wells classic, The Invisible Man.
I knew it was one of those stupid initial names, like T.S. Eliot.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to get into spoilers about this movie, but Elizabeth Moss. It starts off where the movie starts off. She's escaping from an abusive boyfriend's house, and he's a rich uh, genius who works in the optics business. And so for the first, like, I'd say 30 minutes of the movie, she's kind of like escaping and suffering from like PTSD from an abusive relationship, and she's always kind of like looking over her shoulder. She's like, I know he's gonna find me, and he's gonna get me. And it just kind of it uses that foundation of a concept of abuse and just this like this I don't know. I've never been in an abusive relationship, but I've known folks who've been in them. Just this idea that they're always kind of like watching out for bad things to happen because
Yeah, like watching over their shoulder, kind of, and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And this movie latches onto that aspect, and it shows the Invisible Man, the titular Invisible Man, a little bit at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show him again ever until basically the end of the movie. So all you have is Elizabeth Moss's perspective of trying to explain to people like, I know he's out there, he's trying to get me, and people not fully believing her, and uh the Invisible Man doing things to her to get people to turn against her, people, loved ones, turn against her.
Hmm.
And it is such an effective metaphor for abuse and gaslighting, and I think it's a really cool story to see it in that way. And interesting, like Lee Wannell, I believe he wrote it as well. um, and it makes me wonder like what's in what he used as kind of inspiration, like in his personal life, to capture that so effectively and
Right.
accurate.
Yeah. Hmm.
So anyways, regardless, I don't want to get too much deeper into it, but I do highly recommend it. Somebody randomly today from at least 6 feet away asked me like, how many tomatoes would you throw at it? And I would say 86 to 88% fresh tomatoes.
That's a lot of tomatoes. That's so many. Yeah, I was set. I was ready to watch a new release movie. In fact, I went so far as to not remodel. I use that word again. I rearranged my living room and like moved couches around and then set up my projection screen so that I could, and my projector, so it was all like cool, like hip. Yeah, this is our home theater setup. I'm like, yeah, we can watch new released movies, like our own theater. And then my kids were like, I don't know. Let's just watch something else. And so I was like, all right, you're getting introduced to Back to the Future. And so that's what we watched over the weekend, is the 1985 classic,
Yeah.
Back to the Future, which my son totally dug. He thought it was great. My youngest fell asleep toward the end, but it's also hilarious what qualified as PG in 85
Sure. Yeah.
compared to what PG looks like now in 2020. But yeah, still great movie. It's a family classic. I have the Lego DeLorean over there along with my Funko Pop, Doc Brown, and some other items. So now I got to show him part 2 because he's got to know all about what real hoverboards are, not those joke wheelie things that they roll around on. What is that?
You can't really see it, but in the background, there's I have a hoverboard from one of those loot crates.
Yeah, it's the same one that I have over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's mine's off camera, but
yeah. I do. D Squeeze says over here in chat, the film was talking about Invisible Man. The film was funny because instead of a lot of CGI, they just filmed an empty couch or chair or room or doorway. And although that is it's true, it's funny, like a cost effective way, kind of like Paranormal Activity was, it because it's from Elizabeth Moss's perspective as a character. She's just kind of staring at an empty doorway, and sometimes like she's talking to the empty doorway, and you don't. The man's invisible. It's in the title. You don't know. Yeah.
You're getting what you pay for here, all right? This is truth in advertising.
You don't actually know if he's there, but it is. I think it's really effective for being like, oh shit, like it's creepy. Is she crazy? You don't know. Oh, do I trust her? Do I believe her? Why don't I believe? Oh God, I'm an asshole, aren't I? Oh God. And then I just went on Twitter and I apologize to everybody.
Oh, okay. All right. Moving on. We're running out of things because the days are running together. I'm going to be honest with you, and I forget half of what I do half the time. That or I just do the same thing all over and over again. But we do have a couple of other highlights. One of the things that Brandon wanted to share comes from the Twitterverse.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to set up this? You're like, I want this on the podcast. So I'm like, all right, here's your moment. What?
Oh shoot. I do want it on the podcast, but I don't think I set it up to record properly. But let me see if I can do. Okay, I think I got this. There is a man over by the name of Thomas Lennon. He was on The State way back in the day on MTV, also Viva Variety, also a little indie show on Comedy Central called Reno 911. He was Lieutenant Dangle. And recently he put out a video on Twitter as Lieutenant Dangle, just offering his advice for the coronavirus stuff. So let me see if I can play it.
Oh, I've got it up right here. Just mark your time because I've got the video. So
oh, you got the video.
I got the video. So
you
mark the time, like 39 minutes, so you can put this in later.
Okay.
Oh, hello. It's your old pal.
I can't hear
Jim Dangle.
That's fine.
Speaking
You can pretend to
my
laugh.
good friend at the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Department, who wanted me to remind you that you really are much safer at home. So this is a great time. Finish that stack of books that you got, that opera that you've been outlining for so long. Stay at home.
Stay at home, guys.
And also
work on your opera that you've been outlining.
Don't go to the store and buy up all the mac and cheese. There's probably people who need it more than you. So you're safer at home. Finish that opera and be a delight if you can, from your friends at the Reno Sheriff's Department and the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Department. And if you're having trouble remembering to stay at home, just remember there's something lurking out there that you can't see, like that incredible
He has so many Stephen King books.
The Fog. Don't seem to have that one. Well, stay safe.
Cut. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Lieutenant Dangle. Okay, questions I have.
Okay.
Do you think he just had that uniform at home? Like he was just like, I got it. I'll put it on.
Don't worry about me, guys. I've got a uniform ready to go. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you never know when you're going to need a Lieutenant Dangle cameo in your live stream.
Don't go to the store and buy up all the mac and cheese. because there's people out there that probably need it more than you.
Be delightful.
Be delightful. And the one book that he references from Stephen King is the one he doesn't have out there with him.
The fog isn't a Stephen King story.
It's
It's just
The Mist, or right? Or no.
it's the fog is a John Carpenter movie.
Well, that makes it even funnier. Good stuff. All right. Let's cut into some listener Q&A time to round out this episode. We have one coming in from Sire Dark. Anyone who grew up as a latchkey kid in the 80s and 90s were raised for this moment, locked indoors with an endless stream of television shows and cheap food that starts out as microwavable powder. Not really a question, but I want to know, Brandon. Were you a latchkey kid? Did you ever have to spend time alone, potentially at an age that we now would not consider safe for young people?
I don't know if I was a latchkey kid. My mom taught jazzercise, and
Hold the phone. We glossed over that when we talked about our home workouts. She taught jazzers, like she taught classes at the
Yeah,
local YMCA.
YWCA.
My apologies.
Yeah. Thank you. She was a jazzercise instructor for about 10 years, and I learned. That's how I learned my dance moves.
That's why you're so fit and why you're such a great dancer. It all makes sense.
Whenever my mom and I talk about like performing, she always talks about jazzercise, and then like getting off the stage and being like, oh God, I don't, like talking to people is I can't do it anymore. But like you always have personas more in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she would teach jazzercise, and she would take me and my older brother to classes with her, and we would have to like sit in the back, and she'd be like, "Oh, and okay, and Clie," or I don't know what she say. She's like, "Brandon, Tim, stay out of trouble back there," as we're climbing on the gym mats. She's like,
And she's
"Go
like,
ahead." Like, I saw the sign.
I don't know what jazzercise is.
And open up my get off the mats, Brandon, Tim.
Rocking that ace of base while to sweating to the 80s.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So my dad would pick us up, and then he would take us home.
Okay.
So not really, but we did watch a lot of TV still, even though we weren't latchkey. I can sing all the words to every theme song that I watched as a kid.
I made a mix CD in the late 90s of just theme songs because that's how much they meant to me. I was like, oh, that. And the reality is I had a Napster, account going, and the theme songs downloaded way faster than the popular songs. So I was like, oh shoot, I'll just get all these. These are cool.
Let you want to talk about Napster. Real quick aside is Napster and LimeWire, the incorrect artists that they attributed to the songs, and I want to throw Matt under the bus. Have a good day, face in the chat. He the song September, right? He was like, "Oh, do you remember September?" He was like, "Oh man, I love that Billy Joel song." And I'm like, that's not Billy. That's not Billy. Oh no, it's What a Night. Oh,
What a night.
He's like, Billy Joel. I'm like, it's not a Billy Joel song, man. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's Frankie Valli. No, my Napster says it's Billy Joel. Like,
what a time. What a time in history when you couldn't trust the good old pirating service to get the metadata correct on your favorite songs, on your favorite MP3s. I, for one, definitely rocked the latchkey status for a while, and I had one sibling at the time, so her and I would walk home from school, get in there, usually microwave something of questionable nutrition values, and then watch TV. that's exactly what we did. Of course, we were also pretty broke, so I didn't have cable. So we watched a lot of like PBS and some Ghost Rider, some I don't know what other shows are on.
You said Ghost Rider. I'm like,
Carmen San Diego.
Yeah.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego with the Rockapellas?
yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Where's Matt? Oh man, if he was here.
Yeah, you asked for it.
Yeah.
You asked for it. Here it is.
Carmen San Diego.
So good, so good. Yeah, so I mean, really, we've been training for this, all of our lives, and really, shout out, of course, to the first responders and the people working in the hospitals, the people working in those essential services who don't get to take time off, who don't get to hide out in their homes because they're actually helping people that are sick, or they're making sure that food keeps coming to the grocery stores, or all of those things that we need to have, so that we can sit at home and make memes and send them to each other, and laugh about our terrible plight of having the Netflix "Are you still watching?" reminder pop up when we are in fact still watching. But I mean, we're gonna be fine. We'll get through this. We have our podcasts.
We have our podcast. We have video games. We have Netflix. Matt has my Netflix. Yeah, it's all working out. Also, there's
and we have the Xbox with Game Pass now, because after months, if not years, of you giving me a hard time about never touching my Xbox anymore, I have in fact. I have converted what was left of my gold subscription into a Game Pass subscription, and then immediately downloaded a couple of games that I've been wanting to play, haven't played. And of course, you always talk about playing GTA 5. So it's like, all right, I'll grab it. So
Matt, you heard it. You heard it.
Time to heist it up. You son of a bitch. I'm in. We're gonna get a crew together. So I just have to learn how to play and all that stuff. So
there are so many games on there for you to play. It takes so much. You can play so many games, but the real problem is one, finding the time. Two, finding the time that your friends aren't online, that you can actually play the single player games by yourself.
Yeah.
And three, I don't know what the third one is. Probably family, maybe. I don't know. But there's so many games out there.
But there's time now. That's the thing. There's time now. So yeah, I'm gonna play some things. The one problem for those of you watching at home on Twitch is if we play anything on Xbox, we lack the technology to share that with you. So currently, so we will work toward getting some sort of streaming, input, the capture card, so that we can maybe stream some Xbox shenanigans with all of you, and that'd be fun. It
would be fun. It would be fun.
Anyway,
it will be.
It better be fun. If it's not fun, Brandon, I'm out.
I do. There's one more game I want to talk about, and I don't want to put too much time into it because I feel that it is a nigh inevitability that you will buy this game, and we will actually be able to talk about it together as a team. But that game is the Nintendo Switch Classic. It's now a classic, perfectly timed for pandemics. And that's Animal Crossing. I spent a lot of time on it, and I want to spend time on it with you. But I will say that initially, it's pretty damn good. It's like Minecraft, but more restrictive, but also more focused.
Have you played any other Animal Crossing games ever?
Other than the mobile one? No.
Okay. So I have Animal Crossing for my 3DS, I think.
Yeah.
And yes, I definitely want this game. I do. I think Sheena almost bought it for me at the store the other day because she's like, "You're locked up in here," and and I probably only mentioned it like 8 times. And realistically, I could probably just buy it, like a virtual copy or whatever from the Nintendo store, and be good to go. The real situation there is then I would have to compete with my
Hard drive.
son. Yeah, hard drive, but then I have to compete with my son for time with the Nintendo Switch.
It's there.
So I think the real thing that we're gonna need to do here is first we gotta pass a stimulus bill, and then
Yeah.
then I got to get that money, and
Yeah.
then I gotta get myself a Nintendo Switch Lite
Mhm.
with Animal Crossing, Chip Chop Chip. It's all over. And you told me your son got Animal Crossing. You didn't tell me you were playing it. This changes the entire paradigm here.
Well, I wasn't planning on playing it. The whole reason I got it was my brother-in-law Robert. He bought it and he's like, "Oh, you guys should get it because I'm on my island of Van Nuys." God, that is it. His island is named after the city he lives in, and I was like, "Oh crap, this would be really good for my son and my nephew to hang out with them." Um, and and, and so what I did was like my kid started playing. He was playing the game, and then I couldn't get onto Robert's Island, and I started playing because I was trying to get to Robert's Island. Uh, in order to get to there were some steps I had to do. um, well, then he got bored, and I just kept playing, doing a lot of fishing and stuff like that. So now I'm kind of
You're
playing,
kind of playing.
keep
You're
up with
kind of
it.
playing. And everybody that I know on social media is also playing. So it's, I still got Stardew Valley. Still can always play that and pretend I'm playing Animal Crossing. So,
Yeah, we
uh,
should do
yeah.
that. We should do that.
Yeah.
But there's so many options for us to play games and to hang out with you out there in Streamland, Twitch, YouTube, iTunes, wherever you're listening to this podcast. There's so many opportunities. We've talked about setting up like a Minecraft realm to do something like that. We talked about this Animal Crossing. Um, we, the Jackbox stuff we've been doing. There's so many things that we can do to spend time with you at a distance, but bring us close together as we mentioned before on this podcast. So, D&D, all that
Yeah,
good
all
shit.
that good stuff. And so we should
It's like cocaine, man. It's like cocaine. It's all good shit. You just like, sniff it up a little bit, and then like get drug tested, and your boss is like, "Oh, sorry, dude. Like you failed your drug test."
Apathetic enthusiasm does not endorse the use of illegal substances.
We do not, legitimately. And if any of my bosses ask you, I never touched this shit. All right. And there's none on my my mantelpiece in my clock. All right. I have no stash on my clock.
Brandon, please report to the office for a mandatory drug test.
uh
Quarantine, and I just start running.
quarantine. All right. That's gonna wrap up the audio version of this podcast. The one that you're listening in your ear holes while you're commuting, from your kitchen to your bathroom or wherever you are, locked up in your house. But if you want to catch the exclusive after party, make sure that you are tuning in live on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And that's when we do this live. We get to all hang out together. You can input and let us know your thoughts as we record the episode, and then you get to hang out and we get to do something else for a little while. So if you're signing off now, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for downloading. And until next time, I'm Travis.
And I am Brandon, and thank you for listening and joining us on this adventure. This adventure.
Adventure.
So adventure.
Yeah, you gotta be a bigger fan, Matt.
You got to give us real money.
Give us that money. Yeah. That's how I tease you. That's how I give you the taste. You get to see that Brandon emote, but if you want to use it,
You give me that real.
you're gonna have to drop some money in that little cup. That little cup right there.
You get that? Am I pointing in the right direction?
No, it's the other. Yeah, right over there. You gotta put in that cup.
No, cool. just think of that song by Billy Joel. Oh, what a night! We're talking
Classic Billy Joel song.
about being a piano man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after show where we just roast Brandon's best friend for the next 20 minutes. And he can't actually say anything about it. So
That's right.
No, that's fine.
Oh, Mennonite.
It sounds like you said "Oh Mennonite," which is like a very different thing.
Yeah.
How do you do it? You have to subscribe, Matt? You have to subscribe, and you have to subscribe at like, I want to say it's like $5-10 or something.
If you have Amazon Prime, Matt, then you get a free subscription that you can give to somebody. That somebody, us maybe, unless you already use that for Travis's face. Oh yeah, he did use it for Travis's face. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah. So that's you get my dumb face for the lowest level of of subscription. But I think you got to step those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. And the reality is, Twitch is rolling out all kinds of new features. We actually have 3 emotes. We have 3 emotes that we can have. We've come up with 2, Brandon and myself. Those are ones that we know. We're still looking for suggestions on that 3rd emote, and that's got to be the choice one, you guys, because it's going. I think you have to spend like $20-$25 to get that 3rd emote. So yeah, let us know what you guys think that should be. We've toyed with ideas like a plumbus, a pickle, things like that. But
We've
toyed. We spent times toying with it. So much times. But yeah, I want to know your input.
I was talking shit about Napster and what a night. And I've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure on the show. But you remember Brett Fincher, our friend Brett Fincher.
I remember Brett.
We
were in his wedding.
That's right. Yeah, we were. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
It's been a minute.
But he when
you guys, Brandon froze.
Oh,
he's back. He's back. It's cool. He's back.
He came. He was like, we were talking about people that we think are attractive, and he was like, voices we think are attractive. Chelsea brought up Rick Ocasek from the Cars. She's like, his voice is so sexy. Actually, looking at him, he's not so sexy, right? Especially now that he's dead. But back then he wasn't dead. Brett, he was like, the chick who sings Don Cachet, like that her voice is so is like sounds just so hot. Don Cachet.
Is that like Wayne Newton?
It is, yeah. and we've told him like, hey Brett, that's a dude. He was a dude. Kid. He was a kid when he was singing it. He's like, no, like, yeah, that's a guy, man. He's like, his voice is so beautiful.
So beautiful. Questions about how to pay us money. Tips. Those are bits. You can buy bits. That is a Twitch thing. You can buy bits, and then you can donate those bits to your favorite streamers. So I think you can like you buy like a total number of them, and then you can use them individually. Those are kind of like little tips. And we got an email like this week. I think that they are adding an emote feature where you can get different emotes for how many bits you give someone. So if you don't want to do the subscriptions, you can unlock emotes at different levels of bits as well. So little bits. So don't we haven't set that up yet. We're gonna do a little bit more Twitch finagling this week, I think, to try and improve a few more things. But yeah, bits is another way that you can tip. And you can tip those bits right in that little cup. How do I get the subscription if I'm a Prime member?
Matt, you're already a subscriber. If you've used Matt, shit.
But he's not a subscriber on this channel.
Well, he already used your face, so he has access to your face. That means he is a subscriber. Already.
Maybe he is. Maybe Prime subscribers don't actually count as actual subscribers because it's.
They do.
I don't know that they do because it says we have one subscriber.
Were you drinking all the way up until the stream?
We're all getting through it in our own ways, Brandon.
Here's one thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about taking notes. Okay, what is the best way to take notes when you're in a meeting? How do you when you enter a meeting and before they start talking, do you do any preparation before they start talking?
Do I do preparation before people start talking?
Do you do pre-note taking before the folks in your meeting start talking? Because I know, Travis, you're doing a lot of Zoom meetings, right? Like,
I'm doing so many. I'm zooming here. I'm zooming there.
I do have something to say about Zoom meetings.
Okay.
All right. So check this out.
This is my book, by the way.
Kids are going back to school, right? Via Zoom. Some folks are using Zoom. And here in Florida, one of my friends, her middle school student, was in a Zoom class, and one of her classmates, while the teacher was speaking, started streaming gay porn. in the Zoom.
This is in your kids' class?
No, not my kid. No. One of my friend's daughters, her middle school Zoom class. One of the students started, and the teacher was like me, like, oh god, and shut it off. Hey, it's a new era, man. It's a new world.
That's something. That's something they don't prep you for necessarily. Also, there's that video that's been floating around of the poor young lady that was in a meeting with people that she works with and really had to go to the restroom and didn't realize she was on video apparently, and so brings her laptop into the restroom, pointed at her as she sits on the toilet. I don't know how that video is still like up and like cool to be floating around the internet, but that's fine. Also, that would be horrible. But also, come on, know your meeting platform before you get involved. I may have been bored and took a web-based course this week on how to run better virtual meetings. So if you're wondering how I'm doing, that should tell you. But really use those webcams, people. It allows for that visual feedback that we've grown accustomed to on Apathetic Enthusiasm.
I watched I went through a bunch of courses to maintain my continuing education credits for Security Plus.
Very nice.
And I'm going to be entering a Lean Six Sigma course online to get that certification as well. Just the lighthearted fun topics we talk about on that pathetic enthusiasm after show. Hey,
Uh,
Alex, Trevor, and Brian, that's us.
hey, Trevor and Brian, that's us. We're good. We're good, Alex. Hey, question for you guys.
Yeah.
People on Twitch, people hanging out. Look down at the bottom of your little chat area there, and do you see the little circle guy? The circle. Are you guys are you guys getting any channel points for hanging out?
Oh, did you do this, Travis? Is this something new that you did?
I mean, it's a thing. It's a
Oh my
thing that
God.
exists. Are you getting channel points? How many channel points you got, Brandon?
Oh man, I've got 1.4K channel points.
Oh, you
Travis.
got so many channel points.
Oh my God, look at this 1.4K channel points.
Click on those channel points. You can use those in a variety of ways.
Oh.
One of them is to unlock random sub
I
emotes
can
and
use
channel.
it now.
Yeah, so you guys can use your channel points to unlock emotes as well, and then you can use that for some other stuff. Well, we gotta step up what you can do with those channel points, but those are some ways that you can use those as well. So if you click down on your points down there, I like that we're doing like a how to Twitch, and most of this is just stuff we've learned as we've gotten more involved on this platform as well.
And if you are on YouTube, I'm sorry, the functionality doesn't work quite as well for you as it does for us.
Gotta get on Twitch.
But
But YouTube is the spot if you want to come back and watch later. That is the spot.
Select an emote to modify unlock for 24 hours. What? I can modify it? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to tell me what that means.
Oh. Oh my God, this is gonna be so cute. This is gonna be so cute. I'm unlocking it. I made an emote with you with a little shamrock cat.
Ollie! Top of the morning to you. Another, I don't know, Irish stereotypes. Oh, look at D Squeeze highlighting his highlighting his chat with his channel points. You guys are really spending those channel points. I'm proud of you. Way to use them up.
1K Brandon voices his dog. Is that an actual thing on here?
It should be. I mean, we could add them. I'm sure we can add more points.
Man, my dog's not in here, but I can give you a taste of it.
Yeah, let's hear what Camila sounds like.
Oh, hello. I'm a hedgehog. And let me tell you about the day in the life of a real hedgehog. I'm not Sonic. No, I'm a real living blood hedgehog.
This is what the people pay to see, everybody. This is why you're here.
This is so stupid.
Do you still have do you guys still have the puppet head that I made?
I do.
Is it in that room with you?
No, I can go get it. I can go get it.
Maybe we'll keep the people in suspense.
Oh my God.
Does your emote modification only work for you? That's interesting.
Oh,
it does. Ooh, spicy. Spicy.
Oh no! I think it's because they can see it, but they can't post it because
Right.
they didn't modify it themselves.
They didn't use those channel points.
Oh, by the way, Matt and I have a good day face for those in the stream on Grand Theft Auto online. There's various like different games and stuff you can play. One of the games you can play is called Sumo, and basically it's you're driving your cars, and there's zones that you have to get to, and you're trying to push other cars out, and it's so fun. And then like the zone closes, and if you're not in the circle, then your car explodes. The only reason I bring that up is because randomly we were just talking about like, Oh, I love my dog. That's it. We were doing that the other night. Nothing. It actually has nothing to do with sumo.
Yeah.
I could have left
Yeah,
that part.
you could have just left that part out. But it gives us context. It flavors the story.
Squeeze, give Travis a beard.
Oh, Scruffy Trav,
So-
Ginger Face Trav. That's me. That's me. What should we do? Should we play a quick game before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, what do you want to play? What game can we play? Are those are Twitch loyalty points or
The channel. Oh, somebody just dropped something in the tip jar. Did I saw it fall in there? I saw it happen.
Whoa!
The tentacle Trav. Yeah. Well, thank you for whoever dropped it. It didn't really tell me what it was, guys. But maybe you're spending some bits, which we appreciate you doing.
We really
I also don't. I don't think we have any sort of like update or what do you call it? Alert box for bits. Which I don't know if that's common. Anyway. Back to doing things. Streams. You guys want to play a Jackbox game? Let us know if you guys want to play a Jackbox game.
Yeah, sure, I'll play a Jackbox game.
I mean, you weren't really the person I was asking. But I mean, I guess I guess I'll play with you too.
Did I give points to all viewers? I feel like I was meant to.
All right, let's get a game going.
Oh man.
Sure. Playing that Jackbox.
Alex has time for a jack.
All right.
But it might get loud on my end as I open up the Steam and stuff like that.
Oh, well, you better get your act together, Brandon.
Ooh.
Better get it together. 5 or 6. Jackbox 5 or 6.
Let's do.
Should we split the room?
What was that?
That was the one with the cat that was like the Twilight Zone cat.
Yeah, let's do split the room. That's
Okay.
a fun one.
All right, we're getting ready here, guys.
Oh, here we go. Oh, get my nice little iPad out. Boom.
And boom! Look at that. We have a game. We have a game up, you guys. So just gonna get Brandon ready on that end.
Yeah, bring me on in.
All right. Do. We're gonna hear some funny sounds for a minute. Let's see if he.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Funny sound.
Boom.
Such a funny sound.
All right. For those of you that have not played Jackbox with us before, you're gonna want to get your mobile device out. Yeah, if you are watching on your phone. Oh, Brandon, it's still ringing. It's still ringing.
I know. I can't get it. Oh.
Did you just hit a button?
I didn't mean to.
How dare you, Brandon? Well, we're not playing it or no, Jack. Now we're literally fighting over the mouse. Okay, you do it. So you're gonna want to load up the old web browser. You could probably do this in another tab too, I would think. I don't know. I've never tried to play on the computer. Let's try it. Oh jeez. Oh, okay, Brandon, you do that. I'll just play on my phone. So we're going to jackbox.tv, enter in your name, and then get ready for the old 4-letter room code. The link is jackbox.tv. Drop it in chat for you guys.
Oh yeah. What is the link? What is the link? I wonder.
Jackbox.tv. And then we will drop the room code into chat as well as soon as it.
I don't even see what the oh you didn't yeah, the room code is in there.
Okay, so room code coming up.
Yeah, ready. I'm ready for it.
So anytime Jackbox Games. VMGK is your room code.
Got it. I got it. Oh
Boom.
man.
Join us.
Oh, look at all you guys. You guys are all up in here. Brandon, Travis, J1, Siredark, Poop Fart, and Champy all hanging out. I'll give it a couple more seconds.
Let me know, and I'll click everybody's in.
Alex is here. Can we get one more? Do we have one more person?
Can we get one?
Boom,
more?
there it is. We got us a full room. Anybody else can join the audience, but everybody else is in. We got us a full match. For
Here we go.
Split the room.
Meow. Do not be startled. I am here to guide you as we explore the deepest recesses of your mind.
Skip the
will build
tutorial?
strange
I can't see the-
complex
They don't know how to
realms
play
using
it.
Only your
Oh,
imagination
yeah, you're right.
and
I'll
your
just-
thumbs. A hypothetical situation
I
missing
feel like you
one key
turned the
part
video off,
will be
so they can't
transmitted
hear
to
the
your
audio
device
coming
like
from my
this one. Ads before online videos have been banished. In their place are 15-second videos of this. They are not skippable. Is life better? There are infinite
Yep.
possibilities you could write in to complete this scenario. Choose wisely, though, because everybody else will then answer yes or no. And you will earn more points if you split the room. Fitting name, huh? For those of you in the audience, you'll be competing as one player. Your answers will be determined by a majority vote. Yes, even in a nebulous void, democracy is important. At the end of the game, the person who creates the most divisive dimensions will win. Got it?
all
Good.
right. Well.
Now let's begin.
Let us begin.
I can't see the game. So.
Oh, I
Prepare
got
for
you,
a
fam.
world where rules are more bent than boneless
Ooh,
yoga
all right,
instructors.
all right,
Oh, and
all
now
right.
you got echoes. You got echoes.
Staircase. Get ready
No.
to split the room. Complete the scenario that was sent to your device.
All right, got it. I wonder if I can switch my input back to my Mac.
We'll see. All right, guys. Oh, we got 10 people hanging out. Hello, everybody. Room code
This scenario
VMGK
is
if you want to
called
join the audience.
Artificial infatuation.
Yeah.
Your smart speaker has a crush on you. If it catches you with a romantic partner, it is threatened to do this. You forget to turn it off while the date is over. It just heard you two kissing. Do you save face by pretending you don't like this person?
What shall you do?
No way, man. Like, if I like them, they gotta know.
They got to know what it's like in there.
They gotta know. They gotta know the fury they're gonna experience. Oh my god, they split the shit out of that.
Oh, that's a split.
The longer it takes the room to answer, the more bonus points you get. And
All
now,
right, that's
Green
how it
Light
works, ladies and
presents
gentlemen.
Yeah.
The water's fine-ish. It's a blisteringly hot day and you've just hiked 4 hours up a hill. At the top, there is a swimming pool. However, floating in the middle of it is this. Do you take a dip?
Oh man, I can't see that. Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest. Probably not. Probably not.
Probably not. But the reality is, I probably wouldn't have gone swimming if nobody was in the pool.
True.
I just
I don't like. I don't like to look at my legs.
Secret ingredient.
you're gonna have wet shoes, or like you'll be
You
all
just
wet
ate the
for the
best
hike
meal of
back.
your life. It was so good it made you tear up a bit. Afterwards, the chef walks out and informs you it contained this. Would you ever order it again?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would, but I might have. I mean, was it a good childhood? Or was it bad? I mean, why would I eat his memories? You know?
I mean, it's the best meal of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, is that really enough to keep you from eating it again?
But maybe it's like a savory thing, right? Like it's bad, so you like it a little bit.
Yeah, it's the umami. Oh, everybody wants that food, Brandon.
Damn.
I didn't realize that was
And
yours.
now, Mommy, dearest,
Mm.
your mother has no idea, but her life is in peril. The only way to save her is to do
Oh, God.
this every day for a month. She has to know you did it, but can never know why. Do you take the deal?
I mean, what is furiously?
It's-
you know, is it like
You
once?
gotta be real angry while you're doing it.
Like. Just once, like.
Still waiting on your answer, bro.
Oh yeah.
She has to know you did it, but can never know why.
Or does it have to be like just like a real like tight
D
grip?
squeezes hard out. He's like, "Sorry, mom, not today."
Brace yourself.
There's gotta be blood, says Champ.
For a living, you impersonate this person. Due to schedule conflicts, you're running late for this person's funeral. You would have to go in costume and sit with their family. Do you attend?
I mean,
that implies that I would go to your funeral anyway.
it's a bold assumption.
Yeah. Little.
I don't want to miss a party, just because I'm in the wrong outfit.
Especially if they have like a shrimp plate.
Oh, poop fart. What would you go? Oh, D squeeze the outlier.
This one is called Jokes on Dad.
Yo.
Oh.
Every day you call your dad
Jokes
this.
on
You'll
Dad.
have $100 automatically deposited into your bank account. If
Daddy.
he finds out about the deposits, the money stops. He
Can't-
recently
I
got
can't
laid
read
off.
what the clue is
Do
'cause you
call
moved
him
away.
Oh,
by
my bad.
name?
My kids accidentally call me mom, like at least once a day. So, yeah, for sure. Well, was that the audience's question? Ah, very interesting.
Up
Oh.
next is The dry
Hey,
cleaner's
have a good day,
message.
Face. Thank you for subscribing.
Oh,
Inside
thanks,
the bag
have a
you picked
good.
up from the dry cleaners, you find a
Have a
handwritten
good.
note that says this. The only other cleaners anywhere close to you charge twice as much. Do you switch cleaners?
You know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I mean,
It
If
doesn't
they're
say it doesn't say the quality of the work though. That to me is the problem.
that's true. That's true. It also doesn't say like the attractiveness or the gender of said Nazis. You know,
And it shouldn't matter.
in this bipartisan society,
Uh,
it doesn't matter.
J1, get that answer in.
Oh,
Ooh, that's split.
that's pretty split.
So split.
Oh my God, have a good day, split.
Here's one I like to call
He's so subscribed.
Dreamstream. There's a new music app that allows you free access to literally any recording. In order
Okay.
to get an account, you must upload a sound recording of you doing this. It will be tagged with your name and shared with every user. Do you register?
Is that me saying yes?
No.
Because that could get a lot of telemarketer like issues.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Thanks for subscribing.
Subscribers. Oh, he was on the fence about it. Oh, the squeeze, you have a split.
Welcome to the club, to squeeze. Welcome to the
It's
split
time
club.
for I Love Hate New York.
Oh, Sire
Hot
Dart.
spot.
You have been banned from New York City. You know what you did. In order to set foot in there again, you must do this. Do you do it?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry, man.
I mean, do you do it?
I do it without wanting to go to New York.
I do it all the time.
I'm doing it right now in my pajama pants.
Just drop an emote in chat if you're wearing pajamas right now. Everybody poops. Sometimes.
Here's where things stand at the moment.
Oh man.
Ooh, look at Shampy just eking out that lead.
Hey, I'm walking over here.
Diminish. Everybody will be presented with a new type of scenario. There will be two options to choose from. Door
Two.
number 1 is already provided. You will decide what's behind door number 2. Remember, you want to make it as hard of a choice as possible. Oh, and if you correctly predict a certain player's decision, you'll earn some bonus points. Let's
Ooh.
begin.
I love
All right.
bonus points. Oh no, my phone closed.
Write an option that you think only some people would choose.
Come on, phone, give me that scenario. Might have to refresh my Jackbox. If you're not getting a scenario, yeah, refresh.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Matt, don't leave yet. Have a
No.
good day. Faith. Don't leave yet.
Don't leave! Don't leave! The game's almost over. It's almost over.
Don't over, Matt. Don't newscast until you're.
Don't newscast. Don't.
You've died and become a ghost. You can either haunt the Newark airport or this spot. Which location do you haunt?
do you hunt?
Photo split. Well played.
Take him to Detroit. No, not Detroit. No.
Oh.
Oh, I messed that up.
You didn't see that coming.
Oh.
I should have done Newark because my bathroom is pretty dirty.
Yeah. I know you too well, Sire Dark. I know you too well. All this time we spent together.
Now
All these
something
years.
different.
Oh,
You are setting up your brand new smartphone, and it gives you two options for how you will unlock your home screen. You can rub your phone in your armpit, or do this. How do you choose to unlock your phone?
I already used the second option.
That's how I unlock it currently.
Rub it on my belly button. Ooh.
Even more.
Champy's all about him armpits.
No dice.
No dice. Thought you were an armpit man, Brandon.
Yeah.
Every time you unlock your phone, well,
Trying to get rid of that.
well, in that case, wow, okay. Some people are into it.
You get some bonus points.
Good.
Got that psychic bonus.
Let's switch things up. You're forced to model for a calendar. You can either be featured in 12 months of cargo shorts or this. Which calendar do you pose for?
Oh, I'm already in the first calendar. This topical.
Oh, Champy. Oh, he thought you wanted some cargo.
Thought I was gonna wear them shorts. I just have such a nice work from home setup. I got so many monitors, you guys. Yeah, I'm wearing those shorts.
Nice.
There he is.
I
There it
didn't-
is.
I didn't want to be the only dude in the naked ladies calendar.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
It comes down to this.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I got a knack for this game.
Yeah, you do. It's because it's hosted on your system, so you get to.
Yeah, I have an unfair advantage of seeing the questions at the same time as everybody else. Well, that is our Jackbox game for this evening. Thank you guys so much for playing. Now we get to watch the cat do some stuff, paint his minis, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for playing. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for those of you that watched the podcast recording and contributed, shared your thoughts and opinions, and stay safe out there. Hopefully you find something entertaining to do with your time, and keep an eye out over at youtube.com/apathetic enthusiasm for that D&D one shot I should have it out in the next day or so. So yeah, that's it for this evening. Thank you guys so much. Brandon, any parting words?
No, yes. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourself. Take care of others, and we'll see you next week, or maybe earlier than that. Send us a message, and I will respond, or Travis will. Somebody will respond.
Somebody will.
Rachel,
or they won't.
Rachel, Justin, I'll respond to you on Instagram shortly.
Okay, bye.